the dark nights or even days of the soul can really put a damper on a whole vibe that we are feeling. And these messages can be for you if you're experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of confusion, and questioning things really hardcore, really deeply, compassionately, and really embodying it because you're so focused on this particular energy, and it's strong, it is powerful, and you are in it. It is like an upside down roller coaster the entire time. You're just like, when is it gonna end? And you're just going like, in this time loop, in the same loop de loop. But if you've ever experienced these, I guarantee you at some point they passed and something else came with it. A golden sky in some way, shape, or form, no matter how little or how big. These dark nights of the soul teach us, show us how far we've come, how much we have let go already, and what we thought we have actually let go of. Because when these are happening, you know, that new saying people have right now, new levels, new devils. I can attest to that on some levels. I think we all have. But a divine message for you is to remember your power and your strength and to feel into it all and look at it dead in the eye, dead in the center of its being. Give a little smile and then like train your brain to have like this newfound confidence, like that chip on your shoulder, like I don't want to be cocky, but not arrogant, but just like, yo, I just remembered who the heck I am and what I'm actually meant to be doing on this planet. And then you remember you're the eye of the storm. And as you're looking at it, it's like you're the Rock from WWE. Like he would always be like, bring it on. Even like the cheerleaders from the movie Bring It On. Even the white girls, sometimes they'd be like, huh, like they would get a little mad. And then like, the girls from I can't Compton, right? And they would have attitude, because like they knew they were the best. And then the white girls kind of had to channel that attitude in some way, right? Having a little bit of attitude, a little bit of fierce, a little bit of sauce, you know? And when you can bring that into you and let that sauce be awesome, let that sauce be vibrant and have vitality and vibrancy, and just like, yo, we here, right now, and we ain't going away. We're here to stay. You notice how your energy just changed? You notice how you probably just got a little pick me up without having a Red Bull to give you wings? Your words can give you wings. They'll give you spells so you can fly. Spelling the words out, write them out. Get your wings, man, girl. Get your wings. And these dark nights of the soul also are divine messages of letting you know how far you've come and if you are ready for that next level. Are you ready for what's going to be given to you, your new gifts, your new ideas, your new transformations, your new collaborations, your new whatever it may be? I wanted one more word that ended with shuns. New situations, collaborations, new transformations, because they are right around the corner and God wants to give you those. But some people will try to bring you down, will try to get you out of your boundaries. Because as you're leveling up, it's like, yo, did you really learn everything from that last chapter? Like literally every single thing to, what you're charging, maybe who you're letting into your life, to who you're hanging out with, to where you are surrounding yourselves, environments and places. Like, have you truly learned from that? And like you can remember all those moments and you can think about seeing yourself in the past in every situation. And you're just like, I heard my dad laughing downstairs. And that truth will come out. You'll see it. You'll feel it. I'll be like, wow, that's really not serving me anymore. You know, for me, recently, I've gone through a lot with moving and going through changes and these new leveling ups, with my pricing, with my coaching, with my, processes, my boundaries. And I won't lie, I didn't pass a few of them. And I saw that. I really did see that. And, because I thought I was going to do something nice for somebody. And, you know, I really wanted to help them because they were in a struggle. But like, I was like lowering myself to their vibration. Sometimes it is okay to give things away for free, right? And it really depends on the person who is, who's there, you know, especially if they're like new people. And if you already have a bunch of, I'll be totally honest because I think she may appreciate this because I think she follows me now, and I won't say her name, but she reached out to me telling me she didn't have a lot to give and she wanted to trade, and I was like, yeah, I'm open to trading, um, with like maybe one thing that she could offer me because I'm staying at my parents' house for a month and then I don't really need a whole lot of things. I'm just really trying to stack some bread and help some people, right? And yeah, stack some bread, save money, if you don't know the street term. And she then told me, or I told her, I actually wanted to make some money, even if you couldn't pay me everything. I'm going to be traveling. I could really use some money. So, and she said, okay. And then something happened. She said, hey, um, I don't something along the lines of like, I don't feel comfortable doing this, like XYZ is happening. And I said, I'll gift you one session for free. It One session for me will legit change your life. I have no doubt about that. I've seen it way too many times, whether you get a 30-second session, 1 minute session, an hour, 90 minutes, every single person gets miracles, gets clarity, gets the epiphanies, gets the aha moments, and literally has these new energetic vibes happening for them to then build their new frequencies so they can frequently see what energies are possible, what their gifts are allowing them to see, to blossom, to experience, to embody. I've seen it too many times. It's evidence now. It's literal proof. And I can say that with full blown confidence. I know you feel this. And then she was so happy. I gifted her the session. And then, like a day later, she said, hey, I can't do this. And I appreciate everything that you did for me. So, and I was like, dang, like, I really went all out on this woman to really help her in some way, shape, or form. But she ended up getting some really good help otherwise. And then I looked at myself like, wow, I really broke my boundaries of really honoring myself, my prices, my stuff, And then I kind of went through a little dark night. So I was like, dang, you know, I was like sitting with it. And then came to a big realization like I offer so much free stuff on my social medias and, you know, even my website. And I even offer like a free 30-minute phone call. Like, even if you just like want to talk, chill, word, heard, let's go. I got you. And yeah. And then today she actually asked me to like hang out, just like want to say hi. And like that felt heavy for me. And then I told her, as weird as this sounds, it doesn't feel in alignment for me to hang out with you. And she said, like, no worries. And, just grateful that I was able to help her in a few different ways with sending her some videos and, at least giving her some hope and faith and something. So, but she's in a way better mood. She's grateful and things are starting to turn around for her. So things always have a way, even if someone was experiencing like that dark night of the soul, that golden sky came for her, even just like reaching out to me. Things started to just pop up and align for her in different ways. And, that was meant to be. That was a lesson for me and a lesson for her, a blessing for her and a blessing for me. There's actually so much that came out of this. So I'm grateful for you. You know who you are, that one singular person. So thank you. This was huge. And you do matter. And you are powerful and you're remembering who you are and why you are here. And it's all unfolding for you. Just keep trusting the process. Keep believing in yourself. That goes for all of you. Keep believing in yourself and trusting in the unfoldment of the timeline that you are on. And don't worry about, oh, this timeline and that timeline. Just be present right now the best you can. And promise you more golden skies will happen for you. We do got to get through these dark nights of the soul because they are an opportunity to some they're a test. And just like we said, how are you, just like with everything that we said, how are you going to handle it? Like I could be in the fetal position, really sitting with it, and that's okay. But don't do it for long. I used to spend days beating myself up, even when I wasn't even spiritual. Like I would cry and be all depressed and in my mind with these crazy, dark, I'm going to be super honest, suicidal thoughts, ideology, like insane. I went through so much of that because I was afraid. I was afraid of being human. I was afraid of showing myself. I was afraid of committing and being being a masculine, having like a 9 to 5 job and maybe even having kids before 30 and being married and also not being truthful and honest with myself and with others and being highly addicted to stuff. Like there was so many things that like I was just like numbing myself and just doing the best that I can with what I knew. They were all coping mechanisms because it was all so familiar. And yeah, different stuff came up, just new ways to cope and to numb and to shy away, to blind myself. So I was only like here in reality and not in here with what was truly happening with the feelings and vibes. The dark nights were endless for me. I never thought that I could get out. Okay, now I just made it deader than a cemetery in here. So let's breathe. Big sigh. Ah. And if you're going through these, you are okay. You are okay. So I felt like I just kind of glitched there. Glitches in the matrix. Okay. Yeah, when the dark night of the soul happens, know your role. Be swole. And you'll come out richer than dull. Money wise, not rich and their other shit. I love energy. All right. Let me see if there's anything else that is for your best and highest to know right now with these dark nights. Oh, Yeah, there's a lot of planets in retrograde right now, a ton, four, maybe five. So when that happens, there's a huge collective energy that believes in these retrogrades. I'm one of them to certain extents, and some of it actually does make sense. And I still feel and believe that we have the power to be even stronger than the stars. Because I've seen miracles happen even with these retrogrades happening, and just a lot of people follow astrology, so it's a collective manifestation as well. And there's many different astrologies out there, but just do your best to be in tune with yourself because that's what's truly going to matter at the end of the day. Because like you can read all the things, you can believe what you want, you can have it affect you, you can have it feel for you, and then once you realize that it's just like it's truly more than that, like it's all of you and the divine and God and Jesus, whoever you believe in. Even a conversation with a woman this morning, briefly, we're sending voice memos with each other. And she said, it's all one. Like if you, she said this, and then I added another thing. She said, it's like, I believe that Jesus, God's, and Buddha's, like they're all one. Like I believe in all of them. And, they're they're all like working in my favor. And I was like, oh, that's fucking beautiful. And I told her, you know, I trust that they all have the exact same plan for the best and highest good. They're all working together. They're sharing notes, they're calling each other on the cell phones or connecting telepathically. Can you imagine Buddha having a cell phone? Yo, that'd be funny. Oh my God. Hello. I'm trying to reach Krishna, the 1-800 collect. I may get some backlash for that, but I think that's funny. Okay. Yeah, I trust that they're all working in our best and highest good. So no matter who you believe in, as long as you have the mentality and the belief that they're all working for you in your best and highest good, no matter what you're doing, it's like you imagine all of them together, all these ascended masters, archangels, spirit guides, God, Goddess, divine, source, spirit, universe, however you believe in, whatever word resonates with you, whatever vibe is in resonance for your soul. Cool word. Amazing, divine. I love saying word. Me and my friend in Columbus, when I visited her and her husband, I legit forgot sometimes what it meant to like be with, a certain group of friends. And we would always like talk in different ways and forms. Like we were from the streets, we were trying to talk cool, trying to chalk. You chalked. That is a word I haven't used in so long. You're like, yo, that's chalked. Like, like Dunzo. No, we good. I love being from Cleveland, Ohio, especially Cleveland. Yeah. So, in conclusion, any darkness, face it with a stern confidence of love and compassion and peace and alignment. I remember telling the story. Actually, I told a story, one of my previous ones, of like where I almost got robbed at gunpoint in the streets of Minnesota. I was in Minneapolis, took that wrong turn, and guy walking across the street lifted up his waist, saw a gun in there. Huge, huge, heavy, fearful, negative vibe. But I didn't choose to accept that. I chose to accept being present in alignment and confident and in love, and then placed my arms behind my back. And I felt that wall, that energetic force come down. Oh my God, this is funny. Hang on. Hi, Brenda. How are you? I'm doing very well. Hey, is it okay to give you a call back in like 5 or 10 minutes? Okay. Okay. No worries. Cool. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye. That's one of my former clients, and I've been manifesting to have reoccurring clients. Anyways, and then as that force dropped, I could feel it's like I pulled down the matrix with Neo, and then I just said, "Hello, sir," and he just goes, "Hey," and then he just like walked right by me. There was even another time where this is another gunpoint memory. A guy set me up to get robbed, and the gun was being pointed at my face, and he took an ounce of green from me, and he almost took my cell phone, but it was kind of broken, so he didn't do that. He took the $20 from my pocket. He took $1.39 of change from my pocket, and he almost stole my car. Luckily, thankfully, fortunately, he didn't do that. And then him and his goon left, and that was it. And I was like really startled. And then I realized I looked over there, the other side of the room, and like he didn't take like a few extra things that were even more valuable, like money wise, like a few paraphernalia items that were mine. He didn't end up taking, and I was shocked because um, the guy who set me up acted like, oh, this dude took other things from my house, even though he didn't. And but I was like really nice. I was like, hey, because I told him, I was like, yo, I got this $20 in my shoe. I have this change right here in my pocket. So I kind of distracted him in some case so he didn't take these other things. And that if I was actually being nice and genuine, in some case, like maybe he would have lessened the burden or lessened the robbery of some sort. Right. And then I went through that dark night of the soul. Oh my God, I fucking cried, and I felt all this heaviness and fear and doubt. And, that's like when I was quote unquote in the streets, not like ghetto downtown vibes, but like still in some capacity that way. And I wanted to quit. I wanted to give it all up. I even made text messages out to people like, yo, I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. Like over 30 people, that were fucking with me. And then like 4 days later, I said, nah, I ain't going down that easy. And I ended up doing it for so many more years. Ah, I knew God was trying to get me out of that life for a long time, and I never listened. But thankfully, I listen now. Grateful I listen now. In deep appreciation that I listen now. And don't get me wrong, I still have had things of like, wow, am I really meant to be this coach? I really meant to pull off these miracles, like, you know, and yes, yes, I am. I am supposed to be doing this, no doubt, 100,000 Googleplex percent on point, accurate, bullseye, right into that pupil, accurate. Um, so yeah. And then I came out. I saw golden skies. I got way better people. I made new friends, and things really started to look up in that regard. And next video we'll have more about maybe diseases and illnesses, or super conscious. I don't know yet. We'll see what the divine wants to play with. So ultimately, face your fears, have that stern confidence, maybe a little bit of cockiness, and really trust that that golden sky is coming. But face them, fight them, be in the ring with the demons, punch them all. Your red boxing gloves, be like Rocky, be like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. You're doing these beats how Tyson would. Yeah, you got this. You seriously got this. So much love and faith for you. And if this resonates, please like and subscribe, share with your homies, with your friends, your soul pals, even strangers. Post it on some stranger's wall. Like how random and great would that be? Who does that? Post like random videos to just random people. Everyone shares it to their friends, or they just like. I invite you to post this to a stranger's wall or DM in some way, shape, or form if you got to the end of this video. And if you want to work with me one-on-one for 3 to 6 month coaching programs, we do life coaching, breath work, energy healing. We clear out a bunch of bullshit from your past because I want you to think about not having the same vibes and beliefs from what your traumas in your past are trying to still affect you in this now moment. Okay. When we can alchemize and change those vibes so that if and when you do think about them now, they will not affect you. You could look at it and be like, yo, that's just a thought. That's just a memory. It doesn't even affect me. Like when I think about getting guns pointed at my face, it's not the same vibe anymore. I'm just like, yo, that was one of the scariest things that ever happened to me. And I can look at it now and be like, I'm good. So yeah. So we do breath work, we do energy healing. If you want to know more, I'll have a link below to schedule a call with me. And I just love to people. I love to see people elevate and evolve, find their gifts, really be light and present, and have a relaxed, powerful nervous system. I got you. Sending you so much love and light, and knowing that you are never alone. At the end of every storm, there is a golden sky. Love and blessings to you all. Ah.